Okie dokie, so I got some more progress on the ute. I got the chickens congregating around me. Because I'm not home as much anymore, they miss me, I think, because now every time I'm home they all congregate around me where I'm working on things. Same for the dogs, they're quite gorgeous actually. I don't mind. But yeah, I got Cinnamon here having a dirt bath, and Rodney there, he's just fucking chill banging around, and that's Selena here. If you just didn't know, that's one of the original chicklets. If you look way back in my videos, that's her all grown up. She actually had some chicklets of her own recently, but unfortunately they didn't last very long. But funnily enough, the other chicklet that's all grown up now, Aggie, she's roosting some eggs now at the moment as well. You know, here comes Doris. She's really friendly. She'll chase me in the car as I drive out for work. She'll chase after me. She's really friendly. We've got gorgeous little weary poo here. Gorgeous, yeah. Hey, Mr. Rocket Man. Hey, here you go, mate. Alright, anyway, back to this. I'm sort of getting sidetracked. So yeah, I have got the cabin heating system all working and installed. Only thing I've got to do is I just need to I've got to wire up an inverter into the ute, which it's going to have, but that's no biggie. So I can't actually, it does work, everything works, I've tested it, but yeah, I've got to actually put another inverter in here. But, you know, I can show it all pumping, and I'll give you a run through of how it works. I think I might just get up in the engine bay here because it's really hard to lean over. Oh, okay. Right, yeah. So it's pretty simple. I was having a bit of thinking how to do this, but then it just sort of popped in my mind and I worked it out. I don't know if other people have done this or not, but this is just how I've done it. Because yeah, again, another stipulation with the conversions, you have to have a working heater. So yeah, anyway, here's what I said. Basically, that and that are the original factory lines, because those both run into the little radiator inside that's actually sort of behind your dash in the cabin. And basically how it works in a normal car is when your engine's running, circulating coolant through and around the engine. Obviously, even though it's coolant, it's hot because it's very, very hot water, which is why you'll scald yourself if you open up a radiator and the car's not cooled down. So that water is what you do when you put a heater on is it opens up a gate which allows that hot coolant to flood through into that radiator, and there's a fan in that radiator which then blows that hot radiator to blow hot air through your cabin and your venting system, la-di-da. So all I'm doing is just basically mimicking that. So the way I do that is just with an electric heater. So this is an instantaneous water heater. Again, you can't get them in 12 volt, unfortunately, but again, it's not really hard to put a 12 volt inverter in here. It's about 3,000 watts, so I'd probably get about 4 to 5,000 watt inverter. Should keep it pretty safe. And that also means I can run, like I said, I'm out of power point there. That also means I can basically run anything I want off this here if I want to. It's basically, it makes it into a little what do you call it? A portable power station, a little off-grid powerhouse, which is good for camping. So anyway, but yeah, all you do is, that's my water tank. So there's a hose there. That hose goes to the inlet in the pump. This is a 12 volt pump, and this pump's just rigged to a switch inside the cabin. So to turn this, I'll run you through it once I go into the cabin. But anyway, the water, obviously, pump goes through this. The pump pumps it through the water heater. So this is, like I said, this is instantaneous. So it's like those gas ones, but it's electric. They actually have these now. I don't know how long they've been around, but I discovered them on eBay. Dirt cheap, $30 on eBay. That was about $20. So 30, 40, 50 bucks here, and maybe some hose, $10. So $60, and that's how you do your fucking water heater on a electric car. Oh, that, and also the inverter. So the inverters are probably like $300 there. But anyway, Yeah, so water tank goes through there, goes through the water heater, that then goes into the radiator, that then, you know, flows through, and you just use it like normal. Water flows back out into the tank here again, then just gets pumped and recirculated, going around. So it's just a little closed loop hot water flow system. I don't really know how I can explain it any more than that, but yeah, it fits quite tidy there. I've literally just used garden hose because it works, and I've just got some flexi hose for the flexi, I don't know what you call it, this the braided flexi hose to connect onto the water heater and from the pump and that. These are just they're just slipped in there like that, so it can, you know, get airflow in there, so it doesn't get a vacuum lock, because, you know, water's not going to flow. It's actually a gas canister, but I just drilled out the middle hole and the little breather hole, and I just drilled both those out. Obviously, an empty gas bottle, make sure it's empty. And yeah, and then it makes a perfect size, because I don't know how much that holds, but it holds probably about 1 litre or something. So perfect size, you know, little reservoir. But I think that's enough yabbering on. I might get out of this engine bay seat here. You know, I've got more chickens there looking and having a good scratch around. Hey, how he's going? You like my company, don't you? He's good. Got 3 of them having a dirt bath together. I'll try and get out. I'll get out here and have it and show you this. Look at that. 3 of them. Hello, ladies. Hello, mister. And other ladies. Little jealous dog. And this one, I think I'm just going to throw the stick. Here you go, bro. Go on, sweetie. Here you go. See? It's funny. He used to never be able to get it. Like, she used to be always the winner, but like it's switched other ways around. The apprentice has become the master. That's I don't know, you probably know that. That's the mum, that's the son. You wouldn't think it, eh? Anyway, I'm gonna just turn this pump on. Alright, so you got me little switch panel here. Now it has a little light symbol, but it's not a light, it's just the only switch I had, so we'll turn that on. So obviously, we'll sit here and show you if you would have a, you know, so obviously you just use your normal controls for heat and cold, which now won't fucking. So you just use your normal controls here. So it's on hot. This is hot as she'll go. To tell the truth, that's actually jammed. I've got to fix that, but it's all right. So it's on hot. Your regular fan. You just turn your ignition on like that. All your bits and bobs come on. So you turn your fan on. There's the fans, and then you just hit that, and that's your it turns the pump on. And as long as the inverter's turned on, which it will be in this because it'll be always on, the heater will kick in, and yeah, simple as that. You'll start having heat within a few seconds. It'll probably heat up quicker than it does with a petrol car, to be honest. Like, usually you got to wait for a petrol or diesel for the motor to get real hot before you can use a heater, whereas this will be, well, instantaneous. It'll be, once the water's heated up, and because it's only a small amount of water, it won't take long for all that to heat up. It'll be a few seconds, under a minute, and she'll be ready to go. And then you got a nice warm cabin, which, you know, I probably won't use that much. Oh no, I do use it. It gets pretty cold out here. But yeah, and you want to turn it off, you just flick the switch. Fans are still on, but you know, yeah. Turn that shitty music off, and then that's about it. That's how you do a heater in an electric car. I know I didn't show me making it, usual Kai situation. I just got in and made it, but you can see how it all works. Pretty self-explanatory. I've just put it all into a bit of plywood. I've wrapped that plywood in marine carpet so it looks neat and tidy, and it's got little brackets, and I just bolted that bit of plywood to the back from on existing brackets that are already there. And then I fixed everything to that, plumbed it all up, and yeah, she's gold. So, I'll catch you in the next one. Hope you all enjoyed that. Hey? The dogs are falling asleep, or they've been dramatic. Hey? Aren't you? You want me to throw the stick? You're saying stop yabbering on your stupid fucking videos and throw the stick for us, you fuckhead. Hey? Is it saying? You're probably a bit more polite than that, aren't you? So. I hope so, anyway. Oh, it's both got a stick. Hey, oh, she beat you, mate. She got hers before you, and she's more interested in yours, though. Oh, she's fucking sneaky. Alright, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.